Good morning. Welcome to Up to the Minute. Guess what? You made it to a Thursday. A couple more days and we've got Friday and a long weekend. That's always nice, right? Good to have you with us on Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis. We've got your HCC news and information for the next half hour or so. Dr. Tony Reyes Southern's my co-host this morning. Tony, good to see you. You know, yesterday we weren't on the air because we swore in, we had a swearing in ceremony for several of our board members and our board of trustee members. We've got to congratulate the ones who were reelected. And you know, Tony, we've got one board member who's new, but he's really not new because he served years ago. Then he switched districts and now he ran again and he's back on the board. We're talking about Dave Wilson. So he's back on the board. And then we also had three of our board members that were sworn in again. So we want to congratulate our board of trustees for their reelection and for the one who joined back on the board. So congratulations to them. Good to see you, Tony. Didn't see you yesterday, but we're back.
Yes, we are. And you're right. Monday is it Martin Luther King Day? I keep getting Martin Luther King and President's Day mixed up.
Martin Luther King Day on Monday. So we're off on Monday. No show on Monday. We'll talk about that later on. But we've got a 3-day weekend, which is great. Hey, we want to remind everybody, we want to thank you for watching us on Facebook Live and YouTube. Welcome to the show. We're here every morning at 10 a.m. And we're also on HCCTV. You can watch the rebroadcast of the show at noon, 5, and now 10 p.m. on HCCTV. They can also find us across social media, Tony.
Yes, just look for Houston Community College District, not just the HCC, because there's a whole lot of other colleges that are HCC, but Houston Community College District, and go to Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. We're all over the place.
That's right. We are all over the place. Okay, Tony, speaking of all over the place, we're going to take you out to Austin right now. You'll be interviewing this next guest. It's Thursday, Virtual Family Fun Day. We're going to Austin to visit the Blanton Museum at the University of Texas. Ray Williams is joining us this morning. He's the Director of Education and Academic Affairs. Good morning to you, Ray. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. Looking forward to chatting with you.
Yeah, we're looking forward to hearing all about the museum. And I understand you got a lot of digital resources for students, and we were looking forward to hearing about that. So stand by, grab a cup of coffee. We'll be with you in about 10 minutes.
Super.
All right, we're going to kick things off with our HCC guest of the morning, Tamala Austin, who is the Director of Entrepreneurial Initiatives and Community Relations for Women of Color, HCC's Open for Business program. Good to see you, Tamala. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Well, we've heard a lot about this. We've certainly talked about it, advertising you guys on the show in the past. But HCC's Office of Entrepreneurial Initiatives has begun the Open for Business project, funded by Wells Fargo. It's for minority women-owned businesses. Maybe you can tell us about this program and how people can get involved.
Yes, definitely. We are excited to bring this program to our community, Open for Business, which is led by HCC's Office of Entrepreneurial Initiatives, and it's funded by Wells Fargo. And we are excited to be able to help power and accelerate women businesses in our community, to provide them with the tools and access to network connections that they need to help empower and grow their businesses.
Now, if you own a business, you're a woman and you own a business, can anyone apply for this? How does it work? Is there a lottery to get in? Do you have selections? I imagine you have a lot of demand for this. So maybe tell us how that works.
Yes, we are open to all. All you need to do is go to our website on at HCC and look for the Open for Business and register. We have a whole year of activities planned for 2022. We just kicked off our Women's Leadership program, so we're off to a great start for 2022, and we look to further engagement with our community and helping our women.
I know HCC has delayed our going back to campuses at least through the end of the month because of Omicron. Are you doing things online right now? I imagine you've been doing that for a while, but are you doing it online, especially for the next month or two?
Yes, for the next month of two, probably first quarter, January, February, March, we'll be focusing everything pretty much virtual until we can get some clearance due to COVID. We're going to continue to empower and help our women through virtual access.
I know the Entrepreneurial Initiatives program has a number of offerings. Well, let's go through a few of them. Maybe you can tell us about the Small Business Success Series.
Yes, we just completed our first class. Graduation was December the 9th, but our Small Business Success Series is specifically designed for entrepreneurs who are either starting up businesses, already have existing businesses, or even in the planning stage of growing their business. We have a 5-module project that we present to the class. And then we have certificates that they receive upon completion and attending all 10 classes.
And what about the Digital Academy series? What is that about?
Yes, so this is about helping your business get website design, knowing the different platforms that are available to use through social media. We will begin that class January the 19th for our English speaking persons, and then we will also launch our Spanish-speaking class on January the 20th. So we're going to be running both of those cohorts simultaneously to both our English women-owned businesses and our Spanish-speaking women.
I would imagine because of the last 2 years going through this pandemic, hard to believe it's almost 2 years now.
Yes.
And we're still in the midst of it. It almost seems like we're back at square one. But I would imagine having a strong digital presence, having a functional website, learning how to market on the web, using social media, that's got to be more important than ever for keeping a business successful. Even if you have a brick and mortar, people may not want to go to the brick and mortar. They just may want to shop online.
Yes, definitely. Your social media digital presence is very key and essential. And I can attest to that, too, as being a small business owner and using social media to even engage with my customers and even being able to use it to my advantage to get some great opportunities with some large retail companies. So it is definitely key and essential for small business owners to have that digital presence.
Tell us about the Business Model Canvas. What exactly is that?
So what we'll be doing with that, we start that class off January the 14th. We'll meet for 3 Fridays, the 14th, the 20th, and the 28th to help women, develop a plan, to see a picture of your business, where you're going, how to start, and finding those key elements that you need to bring your vision, your business to life.
And when you're starting a business, I know it's important to have your credit in order, have a good business plan. You guys have advisors, and I understand you also work with small businesses on credit counseling as well.
Yes, we are excited to have this partnership with the Bridge Path, which offers credit counseling to our participants in our program. So you're available to get these one-on-one sessions, take advantage of the workshops from building your personal credit to your business credit, all for free by the Bridge Path Community Foundation. And so we're excited to have this partnership with them. And we will be offering group sessions throughout the 2022, but we also have the opportunity to schedule one-on-one counseling with the Bridge Path.
I know HCC is real big with offering bilingual classes and programs. You have specific things, you kind of alluded to it earlier, for Hispanic-owned businesses as well.
Yes, we are excited that the same classes and opportunities and cohorts that we are offering to our English-speaking participants, we are offering those classes as well in the Spanish. We have partnered with the Mexican consulate to bring more awareness and connection and partnerships with our Hispanic women-owned businesses. We had our graduation in the fall from that class. We had over 38 women that graduated from our first Spanish cohort of the Small Business Success Series, and we are looking forward to engaging with them on the Digital Academy.
For all of you, you're hearing a lot of information. You may be hearing some dates, websites, alluding to websites. In our social media posts after the show, we're going to give you all those websites so you can go to the website and learn to sign up. Are the programs free, or is there a cost involved with some of them?
Due to our overwhelming partnership with Wells Fargo Bank, we are able to provide these resources, these cohorts, these trainings absolutely free.
Absolutely free.
Absolutely
so you can
free.
sign up. It's not going to cost your business. It's just going to cost your time, where you can gather a lot of knowledge.
Your time and participation is all we need.
Tamala Austin, Director of Entrepreneurial Initiatives and Community Relations. We're glad to have you with us. We'll continue promoting your programs. Just keep sending us some good stuff, all right?
Yes, thank you.
All right, thank you, Tamala. All right, I'm going to turn things over to Dr. Tony, who's going to take us out to Austin, Texas, campus of UT. Tony, go ahead. And your mic's off, Tony.
So sorry. I have with me Ray Williams, Director of Education and Academic Affairs of the Blanton Museum of Art at UT Austin. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
The Blanton Museum of Art is a beautiful place. I saw some beautiful pictures of it. Tell us a little bit about exactly where it's located.
So the Blanton is on the southern edge of the UT campus, right on MLK Boulevard, with a great view of the state capitol. And that location sort of symbolizes, our dual commitment to the city of Austin and, a broad audience across the state through our digital resources, but also our home base at the University of Texas.
So being at the University of Texas, I think there's a lot of teaching that goes on at the museum. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Teaching is a core commitment for the museum. For a museum of our size, we have a very robust investment in an education department. We have 6 full-time educators. We have graduate fellows who work with us, and we have about 35 community volunteer gallery teachers and docents who really help us with our public service. We have a particularly commitment to students. From K-12 students, we see about 12,000 per year on a normal year, and this is not a normal year, but when things get back to normal
right now,
we just love working with school visitors. About 60% of our schools that we work with are Title I schools, and their entry is waived and transportation costs are generally covered. So we're very proud to remove financial barriers to participating in the museum. And then with the university, we have about 14,000 university students that come for a really focused curriculum-based experience, facilitated by a professional educator, and the plan for the teaching is really developed in collaboration with a faculty course leader. And that has us teaching students from natural sciences, engineering, business. We have a very robust program with the first year signature courses that reach students, freshmen from across the university, and a sort of unusual collaboration with Dell Medical School.
Medical School. I saw some pictures and some videos that you have on your website of a lot of what you called gatherings. I thought that was kind of neat, where not only it's kind of like you're experiencing the art. You're not just looking at it, but you're experiencing it. You want to tell us a little bit about those?
Sure. It's beautifully said. Yes. When groups come to work with an educator at the museum, it's really a co-creative, constructivist process. We look at things together, we talk about thoughts and feelings, and we create an experience of exploring both individual works of art and the museum environment itself. And my goal is to support people in making the museum their own. And that involves some skills and some facilitation and some information that comes your way when the question is asked, when the curiosity is piqued.
Now, you have a lot of digital resources for the community. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, when we briefly closed in March of, was that 2019 for the pandemic? We were closed from March to August, and our director said, okay, we are going to continue to serve our core audiences. And I'd like the education department to work with your colleagues in marketing, which include a graphic designer and a videographer, really wonderful creative colleagues. And I want you to create digital resources that respond to the needs of school and university audiences. And so, you can check out our website and see what we've been able to do through this collaboration. But I think I pulled a 1-minute video that's an example of something we created for the university audiences. If you want to run that, this was really developed in response to faculty concern about student well-being. We're worried about them feeling isolated. It's hard to build community when the classes were online. And so we created a series of these 1-minute videos about wellness and community that a lot of faculty used sort of as a warm-up for their courses to get students talking with each other. And so let's show that as an example of our digital resources and hope that people will want to check out the website.
I think that it's wonderful that you did that, because like when you go online, if students aren't that familiar with online learning, they kind of don't want to talk to each other too much. They don't want to turn on their camera or their mic. And so it seems like a very good way to get them involved with the class and feel more free to communicate. Tell us a little bit now also about your community service. You do a lot of that.
We do. We work with a wide range of groups across the community, and often that is developed through a partnership model. So for several years, we've worked with an organization called Art from the Streets, in which one of our educators works with artists who are experiencing homelessness, and they come to the museum and look at art together and get ideas, and then they go to our studio classroom and get some coaching in different materials and techniques. We also work with older adults experiencing memory loss through a program called AGE, and we have regular visits from a group of outpatient people who are trauma survivors doing outpatient therapy to work on PTSD diagnosis. And that has been very interesting to think about. How do you design a museum experience that resonates with some of the skills they're learning in their therapy? So yes, we welcome all kinds of people, but I think have a particular commitment to people who don't identify as art experts, but want to share that experience with others.
I think that's wonderful. Now, something else I noticed in looking at all those beautiful pictures is that you have some new construction that's on the way. Tell us a little bit about that. That was beautiful.
Well, we are open for business. However, the plaza between our two buildings is very much under construction. You'll see chain link fences, you'll see machinery moving, dirt, and this is all part of a really beautiful plan to bring our three buildings together. We have the main gallery museum that houses temporary exhibitions and about 20,000 works of art in our collections. And then we have a building with an auditorium, a cafe, a museum shop, and administrative offices. And then we have, the wonderful Ellsworth Kelly building, the newest addition to this campus. And I think that got some momentum going to sort of rethink our entire grounds and make it more vibrant, make it really read as this is an art space. And part of this is going to be better access for school buses and visitors, and places for gathering, for eating and drinking and listening to music, because, Austin, we're a music scene.
That's absolutely true.
Hey, Tony,
I saw there's these. Oh, well, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Tony, I got a question. Ray, it seems like, very impressive that things you offer to the community through your museum. you're an art space, you're a museum, but it also sounds like you're an outreach facility as well that works with the community. When the museum was under concept, was it always intended to be to offer so much outreach into the community, or is that something that just organically happened?
I think that probably got jump started when the museum building, the current building, opened in 2006. And at that point, it was pretty clear this wasn't just going to be like a quiet little university collection, but that the university was going to share that collection with a broader audience. So we have a very robust commitment to University of Texas students, also Houston Tillotson and ACC, Austin Community College. But as you say, we're really proud to share this extraordinary resource with a very broad audience. And the digital resources are helping with that. Like, we're hoping that maybe these will be useful to rural communities in Texas who maybe aren't going to be able to make a field trip, but can check out our resources for schools, which really focus on social justice issues, social and emotional learning, literacy, and STEAM.
You guys got a lot going on. We got to compliment you on everything you got going on out there, because it sounds like a wonderful crown jewel of the community.
It's a great team. Thank you.
Thank you, Ray. Thanks for being here this morning. Fabulous to learn about this. And if you're interested in the Blanton Museum of Art at UT Austin, we'll have some information in our social media post with a link where you can check them out. Thanks, Ray.
Bye.
Thank you.
All right, Tony, as we mentioned, we got a lot going on, even though we're virtual through the end of the month here at HCC for many of our classes and programs. We still have a lot going on. We mentioned about the entrepreneurial initiatives when we had our interview with Tamala just a little while ago, but HCC's Office of Entrepreneurial Initiatives has begun the project of minority women-owned businesses with lots of programs. We talked about the Business Model Canvas Workshop. That's happening on Friday, January 14th and 21st, also the 28th, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. In the Business Digital Academy and Women's Wednesdays. If you want to learn more about those programs, as you heard, they're all free. You can sign up for free, get the knowledge for free, get your business going. Well, we'll have the information in a social media post after the show. We'll give you some links. And Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, the podcast series continues today, Tony.
Yes, in fact, it's going to be through my Zoom room.
Yeah,
it's at 11:30 to noon today, and it's going to be Dr. Donna Davis who hosts it, and then
your dog's going to make an appearance too.
And he wants to watch it too.
He's excited about the show.
He is. Dr. David Cross, Director of EEO and Compliance, will be with her.
All right. Okay. New World, New Dimension Fashion and Film Collaboration. This EduTube fashion show is an HCC art and design collaboration to provide students the problem-solving skills necessary to excel in 21st century. Accredited by the National Association of Schools of Art and Design, known as NASAD, New World, New Dimension was created by faculty, staff, and our students from the fashion merchandising, filmmaking department, theater, photography, XR lab, and studio and cosmetology. They all came together to work on this program. You can catch it on EduTube. You can also catch it on HCCTV. All right. Got a 3-day weekend coming up, folks. Put it on your calendar if you didn't know. Well, now you know. We're going to be here tomorrow with Up to the Minute, but we will not be here Monday because it's Martin Luther King Day. So make sure you celebrate the day, get out, enjoy it. Up to the Minute will not be on, but will return on the 18th. That's also, Tony, the first day of classes that start. Do you start classes that day?
Yes, first day of classes, the 18th. Actually, I'm teaching on Saturdays, so it'll be that Saturday, the 22nd. But first day of classes are on the 18th. And just remember, you can still register right now. So go ahead and register now. And like I said, they've got the 5 different kind of modes of teaching. During January, it's a little bit different, but just check out with your instructor. And then also there's a website that you can check out on HCC that tells you specifically how you're going to meet during January. But then you got your 5 different modes after that. But go to hccs.edu/now and register now so you can try to get the class you want, because the classes are going to be small.
Yeah. The in-person classes will be small, but most of them will be online on a schedule. I know you're doing that through the end of January. Things are subject to change after that. In fact, in the next week or so, we're going to have Dr. Kurt Ewan on the show. Of course, he's over the COVID response team here at HCC. So he'll give us an update on where we are. We'll get that towards the end of the month to know where we are with Omicron. They're saying this thing's going to peak. Have they been right so far? I don't know. We'll have to see. But they're saying it's going to peak. So we'll get Dr. Ewan on the show later on in the month to give us the breakdown of where we are and how we're going to move forward. Because one way or another, we're moving forward. All right. We're going to keep the classes going, whether it's online or in person in some cases. So stay tuned for that. All right. Tomorrow's Friday. It's always good to have Friday. We're going to have Dr. Frances Villagran Glover. She's the brand new president of HCC's Southeast College. We've talked to her before. I think before she even started here, we had her on the show. She'll be back tomorrow, and it's Film Friday as well, Tony.
Yes, the Parkinson Society film, it's called The Astronaut's Secret. And I think this is just wonderful. It's about an astronaut who hid his Parkinson's disease from NASA. How do you do that?
Wow. Incredible. It's going to be a great story, and we'll hear about that tomorrow. All that and tomorrow on HCCTV. You can catch the rebroadcast at noon, 5, and now 10 p.m. But we're live every morning during the weekdays when HCC's in session right here at 10 a.m. We'll see you tomorrow.